Hi there everyone, Rob here with today's Western Pacific weather update. It's currently the 26th of May 2012 and the big topic out here in the Western Pacific continues to be our severe tropical storm Sanvu, actually being called a typhoon by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. And given the fact that it does have a fairly decent eye wall at this time and rather good organization around it, I do think that it is upwards of the intensity of a weak typhoon. Yet wind reports that actually came out of Iwo Jima earlier today almost told a different story though. Actually right here you do see Iwo Jima, and they were exactly in the eye wall of this storm system as it pushed through right about 0600 Japan Standard Time earlier on this morning. And if you do see here though, there's some very gusty winds upwards of about 54, gusting 83 knots. 64 knots sustained is what you need for a typhoon status on these storms. So given the eye wall, you did see very close to that. And remember, that was kind of right along the northern periphery, not quite the right front quadrant in this wind report here. So granted that it does have the potential here for it to have been a weak typhoon, but definitely a very severe tropical storm system. Regardless, though, there's only less than about 50 people that do live on this island. Maybe even a little bit more than that, but no one's a permanent resident. This is actually a photo I took quite a while back here, just showing the airfield that is there, and that's actually where the wind reports are coming from, but nothing else is on this island. Actually is a historical landmark here in Japan, so no one actually permanently lives here. Thus, some people may have even been evacuated off the island, but really nothing too extreme coming out of here. And also, this place is very used to actually getting battered by storms, so not seeing those typhoon strength winds, likely this island did fare very well as it did blow them through. But at this time though, still have not seen any official damage reports coming off the island of Iwo or Iwo Jima. So where is Sanvu going to be going next? Well, basically start to accelerate off towards the northeast is what really looks like is going to be happening here. While doing so, expect a gradual weakening. This is going to be due to two factors: an increase in wind shown on this map here. Actually, you do see about 20 to even upwards of about 100 knots of wind shear, and this is all coming in from the northeast, the northwest, but just part of the westerlies, and that's going to kick it off and rush it off towards the northeast. But also some drier inflow. You can see wrapping around the storm system, starting to push it into the interior, especially along the western periphery. It's really starting to feel the effects of this. So once this storm starts to accelerate, it will continue to see that, and then we will see a gradual decrease in its intensity. And also the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, they actually have this as a typhoon, the only agency out here in the Western Pacific that does so. But intensity right now though, it's 70 gusting at 85 knots on a 1-minute wind scale. A sea height upwards of about 30 feet. Very rough seas coming out of this right now according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. But also big thing to know, expecting that acceleration as it rushes off towards the northeast. So any shipping out across much of the northwestern Pacific definitely needs to watch this because it's going to be rough going. And also some high waves could be impacting the east coast of mainland Japan, creating some rough surf. Actually, if we go in the next several hours here, going even into Sunday, about Sunday evening, you see these very rough seas starting to impact the coastlines, and with that, going to be bringing the risk of some dangerous surf and also rip currents. So anybody planning on going out and enjoying their Sunday, especially along the coastal areas here in eastern Honshu and even around down towards the Kanto Plain, you'll be expecting to see these high seas. But let's switch gears here and talk about some heavy rain impacting the Indochina Peninsula and also over towards southeastern China. All these areas raining here and being indicated are over 50 millimeters of rain in the past 24 hours, and some upwards of about 70 to 80. And once again, sadly, more rainfall is in the forecast here, especially there in southeastern China. You could be seeing upwards about 50 to 100 millimeters. And then going into Monday and Tuesday, look at this. Another low starting to develop here up towards the Yangtze River, where that river is actually upwards near close to flood stage. If we go into Monday, Tuesday, yet another system will be moving through there, bring in even more rain showers. And also check out here on Tuesday, it does look like much of Japan, you'll be seeing some showers. At least partly cloudy up until then on your Sunday and Monday, but then Tuesday and going into Wednesday morning, you will also be expecting some showery activity. But lastly, I also want to show you this. You do have our tropical Sanvu pushing off there towards the northeast, and then once it really hits the westerlies, it completely falls apart here. Otherwise, though, in the tropics, after that pushes off, in the long range, actually not this model, but no gaps is picking up on numerous systems that could develop here. And let's look at this one. It is right just towards the west of Palau. See something spinning there in the Philippine Sea. And then we go off into the very end, actually next weekend, there's something developing out of it. Now this model and also the CMC is picking up on this, but for the time being, though, something to closely watch. Sometimes when you get into the long ranges here, they're not so exact. Usually these models, especially the global ones, are only good out for about 72 to 96 hours. After that, they still work, but you also have to count in error when it comes to tropicals. It's not always 100% correct, but still something to continue to watch here in the long range. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box below, and stay safe out there. Have a great day. Bye.